Prosperity, peace and love to all my brothers and sisters. I hope all is well with you. This is Teacher KTC. So, first of all, I want to say something before I give the message for today. Brothers, fellow lions, you the black sheep of the family, you that has been going through a lot, you that experiences a lot of magic and things that are unbelievable, it is good for you to speak your mind now. It is good for you to speak your mind because things are about to change. And the fact that you allowed to be called crazy at a time when no one wanted to believe you, okay? At a time when people were not aware of what was happening, you allowed them to call you crazy and you still told them the truth. It is going to become of an advantage to you. You see, this is the thing. These sons and these demonic people, these sons and daughters of Satan, as I call them, have managed to convince the children of Adam that we are the ones that are crazy because the things we say seem not to be logical. Okay? So they've managed to convince them that we are crazy, that we believe in magic. But everything about this world is magical. Any scriptures, any texts that you have ever read about the creation of this world, how this world comes into existence, itself is magic. Okay? So when you do not believe in magic in this world, you are either telling a lie or you're extremely ignorant. It's one of those two. Most people that don't believe that magic is real are either practicing it or they are extremely ignorant. So decide which one you are. This world runs on magic because the things that are unseen control the things which are seen. That is what makes this world magic. Okay? If you've read the Bible, and in any way, for those people who call themselves Christians, it said that in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was with the Word. Right? What does that mean? And then God said, let there be, and there was. Do you understand? That is pure magic, is it not? Give you simple things that are magic. You get a tiny seed, a grain, maize grain. Throw it in the soil, cover it with some earth and go away. 3 months later, you have 2 full maize cobs. That one seed has grown into a tree, and this tree has brought back 2 maize cobs that have about 1,000 times multiplicating the one seed that you put there. How is that not magic? How is it not magic? How is it that you sleep with a man for even 5 minutes, for some men, 5 minutes, and they go away. And then 9 months later, you have a human being coming out of that act that was 5 minutes. How can you tell me that you do not believe in magic? How can you say that we who are telling you about these things, that we are delusional, that there's no such thing as magic, when we are telling you that when you know yourself, you're probably a parent yourself. You a parent yourself from an activity that took you less than 5 minutes. You managed to have beings moving around you, talking to you from that activity. And then you say you don't believe in magic. Are you serious? Are you serious? Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, black sheep who are out there. All these things that you know, all these things that you hear, they are real. They are real. You have a connection to the spiritual realm, to the unseen. And so these things that you hear are true. They are true. And it's those things from the unseen realm that control this seen realm. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, okay? So the last couple of days I've been talking about how my family are not really my family. They are really not. They are really not. The woman that claims to be my mother is not my mother. And I've actually now remembered more and more. One day I'll get time and talk about this because this message is not about that, okay? But people are like crazy. They're like, my God, she even looks like her father. She even looking like someone. Are you serious? Anything that can be done in the physical can be done in the spiritual. How many people here have you met and then you meet them later and they look nothing like when you first saw them? There's a musician called The Weeknd, a young man with dreadlocks. That guy, for me, the very first time I used to see him. And recently when I saw him, the voice is what made me realize it was the same guy. But I thought it was a different person. So if People can have plastic surgery here in the physical realm and look totally different. Manipulating what you look like in the spiritual realm is a much simpler thing. There are women out there that have children that look like their husbands, that are not for their husbands. They go out there to the witch doctor and they start the manipulation early when they are pregnant. And they manipulate that child until that child has parts, things that look like for the husband, and that's not the husband's child. That's not a big deal. You people stop being ignorant. People stop being ignorant. Otherwise, you're about to be caught here unaware totally. The world is going to wreck you. You see, for me, I tell you these things so that when the thing blows wide open and everything comes to the open and you see what truly the world is, you're not so shocked that it leads you to do something extremely sinful. You understand? You see, when you receive this information now and start to digest it, you desensitize. Yeah, you start to think, is it possible that these things can happen? Is it possible that this is true? So that when eventually the truth comes out, you're like, your mind has already overcome it. But when you continue keeping yourself in your little box and saying, no, there's no such thing as magic, and then you go to church and pray, oh Lord Jesus, do this for me, I conquer my enemies. You're praying to an invisible being, asking the invisible being to defeat your enemies in this physical realm. How is that not magic? How that is not magic to you is beyond me. You're talking to invisible beings that you've read about in a book. And you're believing that these invisible beings, that are not your relatives, by the way, are going to help you conquer your enemies in this physical life. Isn't that magic? Stop choosing which part of magic you believe and which part of magic you don't believe. This is the thing. If you're going to believe in the thing, believe in it as it is. Stop picking parts and pieces of this and this and this and this. Because that's what causes you at the end of the day to still be ignorant about basic things. Okay, now let me go to the message. I came here to tell you that every accident that happens is caused by someone. You don't just fall off the motorbike, it is caused by someone. You don't get knocked by a car, it is caused by someone. You don't just lose your husband, your wife, your child in a motor car accident. It is caused by someone. And I don't know why Spirit told me to tell you this. I'm sure there's somebody out there that needs this information. Usually, the person that causes the accident, okay, has to come to make sure that this whole process goes through well. Meaning that if there is a car accident and your husband dies, the people that have benefited from the death of your husband have to be part of the funeral arrangement. They have to help you to escort your husband all the way to the grave. Put him there. Make sure that everything has been done well. You know why? Because in the spiritual realm, it is such that if you cause a mess like that, you have to be there for the cleanup. You understand? You have to be there for the cleanup. If you cause an accident and someone dies, you're going to be part of the group that is going to help to move the body, whether from the city to the village, whatever it is that is going to go and be buried. You're going to have to be part of the process. If it happens that you're very far, you'll have to send money and you'll have to send people. And in present day world, rich people no longer have time to go to all the accidents that they cause. So what they do, they send somebody to go represent them with money and make sure, please, you take a video and you show us what happened. In fact, these days, they even made it a bit easier. They actually record the whole activity and put it for you on YouTube to go and watch the funeral. Because you have to see that what you did has gone all the way until the person has been put back into Mother Earth. Okay? Yeah, it is how it works. So if you want to know the person who killed your wife, your child, your son, your daughter, whatever, your person that died in an accident, write down a list of the people that most helped. Because usually this person is so instrumental that during the funeral you have to thank them. The person that caused the death usually has to be thanked during the funeral. so and so, we thank you so much. They have been here with us from the beginning. They helped to do this. They're the ones who organized this. They went out of their way. Those kind of people are the ones I'm talking about. Usually, those people who come to your funeral, you don't even recognize their presence. Poor people. Those people that are simple. Those are the actual people who felt pain for you. Those are the ones who are saying, yo, may God help this person take care of the kids. You know, they have kids. You know, they have young kids. Those people that didn't really give you significant money, they probably gave you their little money and you're like, who cares? You looked at the one who gave you millions. Those ones that gave you millions usually are the ones that have given that sacrifice, and usually they are the ones that are benefiting from the death of your beloved person. So, like I was saying, it seems somebody out there needs to know who killed their beloved, you know. So what you do, make a list of the most important people in this funeral, okay? If it is meditation that you do, for me, I prefer that you do meditation than things of saying that I'm praying and begging entities and people that are not your relatives. Look at this list. Ask the Most High. Ask the Creator, the source of life. Don't ask if you don't believe in other things. Ask the Most High that of this list, I want to know who of these ones actually caused the death of my wife, my child, and say their name. Say the names that amongst so and so and so and so and so and so, and say the names, the list. I want to know who of these caused the death of my, say the person. Have that list there with you. Fold it, put it inside your pillow, and say that I will wait to be told in my dreams. Tell that list that I will wait. Make it an order. Put it in your pillow and leave it there. Trust me. The veil between the spiritual and the physical these days is very thin. You're going to dream about who caused it. Okay? Believe. Because we are going to find out information. This is a time for finding out all the truth that you never were told. So this is a very simple ritual. Put that list in your pillow case and sleep over it. And in a couple of days, you will know who killed your wife, your husband, your child, okay? If you don't know. But for those that know things about the spiritual, we know that every accident is caused by someone. So that was my message for today. I wish you all the best.